So if you're a startup and you're looking to enter China, my first advice is don't. And I only say that because if you're in your home country, you are positioned personally in a much better position to be successful in a country where you have resources, you have a support network, not just financially but emotionally. You understand market forces, you understand the buyer's philosophy and personality. You're just much more familiar. So work on it there. You really only need to get 1,000 customers, get 10,000 customers, get 100 clients if you're on a B2B. Start growing things there and raise some money. Because if you're going to come to China, you're going to need capital. I mean, we're not here to give them a fish. We're not even here to teach them to fish. We're here to show them how to build a fishing company. And that is kind of the goal of what we're doing. And we want to see how they work, how they operate. We want to see the co-founders. We want to know how well they manage their team, how well they overcome challenges and problems, how well do they dialogue with the mentors, how well do they accept feedback, how coachable are they, how well prepared are they by the time they get to demo day, how far have they come, can they execute. The local Chinese, as entrepreneurs, were very new and very timid getting into the startup game. They really aren't raised to be entrepreneurs right now. So trying to encourage Chinese entrepreneurs to accept risk, to validate, to the lean startup machine model of build, measure, learn, build, measure, learn. They didn't want to measure because they didn't want to show anybody. A lot of it is based around the fact that they really only have, how they feel, they only have one shot at it. They want to get it perfect the first time. You don't get a redo. There's no second chance. The rhetoric is your first or your last. There is no in between. So it's have a great idea, build a team, get some money, and then you use your entire runway until the very end, and then you go to market, and it's do or die. So when we're evaluating companies that have applied to China Accelerator, I don't think we're that different than what the best investors look for, because at the end of the day we are investors. I think it has a lot less to do with them actually achieving certain KPIs or metrics. I think what we want to see is progress. Let's say it's the delta, it's not the today. If we talk in statistics, mathematical terms, it's the delta, it's the change from the beginning program to the end of the program. If you were able to come this far, in the program, then that's great. Somebody's going to buy that rate of change and growth, because you're obviously able to execute and grow and overcome challenges and problems, and we can project and extrapolate that and probably foresee something really big happening. But if you came in with this and you only got to here through 3 months of work, something about what you're doing isn't good. It's your team isn't great, you can't execute, there's market issues or there's market barriers that are preventing you from growing bigger. Potentially it's a technology problem. Whatever it is, obviously now if we try to project and extrapolate that delta over a longer period of time, now we're looking at a very, very, very long time for you to be successful, and it's unlikely that you'll actually get there. So whatever it is, we take a snapshot at the beginning, and we're just hoping that that delta is as big as possible by the end of it. And you just keep rolling out, you're just rolling out version after version after version. You're on like a 1-week dev cycle. You guys are killing it. You're doing a lot of content. You're doing great on the marketing side. You understand social. You understand growth hacking. You have a clear path to monetization. You've got a great network because you came in with this unfair advantage of your background, which was able to, really helped you guys get off the ground. You were able to onboard a few clients right in the beginning, and then you started dialoguing with them. You had great conversations with them. You had a good people person who was in charge of dialoguing with them and getting all the feedback and understanding what they want to do, and then implementing that into the new builds, because you're able to talk tech talk, or you're able to, to converse with your tech guys, and they understand what you're saying. saying, and everybody's really kind of working as a cohesive unit that is just charging along. That's what we're looking for. I think if we were to dive into a particular vertical or something, then yes, we could start to try and put together some KPIs based on what you're doing and where we know investors what investors like to see at different levels in order to turn over or write this size of a check. We can help you understand that, but it's very kind of individual based.